Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel and welcome to my first ever YouTube video titled A Case for Roar. If you came over from TikTok, thank you so much. If you are just finding out about Roar and you're doing some research about the project, this video could be a very good resource for you. There are three things I want to speak on mainly here. I just want to give an overview of Roar, so like the token history, tokenomics, and a little bit about the community. I want to talk about the narratives of Roar, and particularly GameStop and Shibarium. I also want to talk a little bit about a utility that the coin recently picked up as a liquidity pairing on a platform called Mint Club. Maybe I'll talk about something else. We'll see how long this video goes. I'm going to shoot for like 16 or 17 minutes here. I will leave timestamps in the description below of when I talk about these topics so that if there's something specific that you want to see, you can just go right to it. Full disclosure here, I am invested into this project, Roaring Kitty CTO. Being a CTO, it is community owned and run. And we have a saying in this community called work for your bags. And this video is just me doing exactly that. I typically post on TikTok, but since TikTok might get banned here soon, I decided to start making YouTube videos. This format is very different than what I'm used to. It's almost like public speaking, considering that it's just me running my mouth here. But bear with me. If you're watching this video to learn about the project, I might have some great insight to give you. And full disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. I am just talking about a Web3 project that I really like. I'm not telling anyone what to do with their money, and this is just for educational purposes. Also, I will never DM you or anything like that. If you receive a message from me, it is likely not me you're talking to. I've heard of scams like that happening on YouTube, and I just want to cover whoever watches that just to let them know. Don't get scammed. Okay, so as you can see, this is the X page, Roaring Kitty CTO. I currently are under 2,000 followers, but as the project continues to do well and more people find out about this project, it's going to grow in a follower count. I'm sure of it, but I'll tell you what, whoever runs this X account does a very, very good job in my opinion. This is probably one of the better X accounts I've ever really come across in crypto since the time I've been in the space. I have a lot of great things to say about this X account. You guys will have to go there on your own and check it out if you haven't already. That is at roaringkitty_22. But let's bring up Roar on Dex Tools here. So Roar was created back in September 2022 by an anonymous creator, and then that creator burnt the LP, renounced the contract, and just kind of left it there. And so in May 2024, this token had started to run because of GameStop running, and some Shiba Inu investors found this and thought like, hey, this token has a lot of qualities that successful projects have. Why not make this a CTO and make something out of this? And one of those investors was a YouTuber, and he was very influential in getting this started and going. But I'll tell you what, the people that started this, they've succeeded, because if you look at the holders, you're over 1,000 holders. If you ever go into the Telegram's a very active Telegram. Lots of great people in there, and a lot of people that believe in this project. Like, they believe this project is going to go to $1 billion market cap, so they are diamond handing. Some of the things that are just so great about this project that a lot of people like. One, the LP is burnt, so that means it can't be pulled. Two, the contract is renounced, so no more tokens can be minted. The circulating supply, as you can see, is 1 billion tokens. That is all that will be made. 100% of the supply is out on the market. So for those of you that are familiar with Turbo token, like, this token is structured just like Turbo. Since 100% of the supply is out on the market, when exchanges come in to list the project, they have to buy the token on the open market, which thus raises the price floor of the project, helping investors out who were in before those exchanges bought. That's a really cool thing about this project. Also, Roaring Kitty, this is actually the first Roaring Kitty on the blockchain, so that carries some weight. And also, the supply of Roar that's left on the market, I checked last night in the Telegram because I wasn't quite sure how to find it, and I wanted to make sure I had it right for this video. But at the time of recording, there's currently about 25 million Roar left on the market, which, if the community is full of a lot of strong diamond handers that believe that this project is going to fly, they're not going to sell their tokens. Like, when the supply runs out, you would think that there's a possibility that there will be tremendous upward momentum, upward movement, and price because no one's going to be selling. So that's actually pretty exciting to think about. Currently, this project has 3 centralized exchange listings, being Biconomy, Weeks, and LA Token. LA Token had some issues earlier this year. They got hacked, and a bunch of funds got stolen from them. But here lately, I saw a few weeks ago in the Telegram, there was a wallet buying Roar that the community thought was related to LA Token. So I don't know if LA Token's actually trading Roar right now, but Biconomy and Weeks definitely are. You can also get it on multiple dexes like Uniswap, ToadSwap, and Swap and Go. You can also just get it through a wallet by switching Ethereum for Roar. If you look at the contact address, it's on the X account. It ends in 790F is usually what I always tell people. But yeah, that is just a quick overview. So if we want to get into the narratives here, first GameStop. When this token started moving here, this was because GameStop, I got it here on TradingView, also started moving. This is May and June earlier this year. Look at all of this action GameStop was experiencing. Also, Keith Gill was posting on X, and Keith Gill doesn't always post on X. So when Keith Gill posts, it's a big job, and this token seems to get a bump when Keith Gill posts. So the fact that all of this was happening, it caused this nice little run up. And then, as we had this consolidation, the community was being built, and there's a lot of speculation for GameStop to run again right now. This run up, GameStop wasn't running when this happened. I'm not quite sure why this happened actually, but it's pretty cool that it did, because being an Ethereum-based token like this, Ethereum was not pumping when this huge run-up happened. So the fact that this happened when ETH was down is just really incredible. And this sell-off here, this just came from like dormant wallets. Bitcoin started to be more active. So what we think happened, a lot of dormant wallets just sold off their Roar. They just opened their wallet one day, then saw they had like $80,000 worth of Roar, so they sold it. But it's good because holder count actually increased. We weren't quite to 1,000 holders. I think we were like around 800 holders during this run up. And then over here, we got to about 1,000 holders. So that's super, super bullish for the project. And as you can see, it formed this, you had this nice V-shaped correction. Then you had this little flag form, and then it broke. And now you got this stair-step pattern up. This is really good. And GameStop is looking to run again. I got off topic. But right here, this is a chart for GameStop. We are currently around a resistance area of around $30, and it looks like it's consolidating a little bit. But if GameStop can close above $30 and run higher, there's a lot of space for GameStop to run. And if I were to go to the weekly here and zoom out, I mean, there's a lot of space for GameStop to run. If GameStop does this, Roaring Kitty, I got the chart here on TradingView. Roaring Kitty is gonna fly, or at least I think it. Potentially, I think it's gonna fly, just because it has the history of moving with GameStop. Also, when Keith Gill, for those of you that don't know, Keith Gill, his internet persona is the Roaring Kitty. He was the inspiration behind this token. When Keith Gill posts, this token experiences a nice little pump. So right here, this is the 5th, December 5th. If you go to Keith Gill's X account, December 5th, Keith Gill posted. So Roaring Kitty jumped. This move here was like 60%. This is wild. And then this big green candle right here on the 25th. I mean, this was Keith Gill posting on the 25th. So this is actually really cool. I love that. I love this. This is so awesome. The GameStop narrative, super strong narrative for this project. Really, really awesome. Also, I just want to point out a few things. You can find this on Google. Like, this is an article about BlackRock back in November increasing its GameStop holdings. They're holding a position of like $735 million. If you went to X and searched GameStop call options, you will find posts and people talking about financial institutions investing in GameStop, like they think something big is going to happen with GameStop. Also, Roaring Kitty, our project, it has its name out there in media. So this is an article by Bazinga, found on Yahoo Finance, where they talked about GameStop themed meme coins running as Keith Gill posts. And look at this right here, Roaring Kitty. This is the project. This is our Roaring Kitty on Ethereum. This is this is great. So Roar has a lot of great things going for it. One last thing, you can pull up Wall Street Bets themed coins on CoinGecko. There's Roaring Kitty right there. A lot of people, I didn't mean to highlight all that. A lot of people doing their research, they're going to go to CoinGecko, they're going to see this, and it's just good for the project. Lots of awesome things happening on the GameStop end. Now, if I can move over to Shibarium really quickly, for those of you that don't know, Shibarium is a layer 2 blockchain on Ethereum created by the Shib team, Shiba Inu. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Shiba Inu, but a lot of community members of Roaring Kitty are Shiba Inu investors. A lot of the people that started it were there in the beginning of Roar, were Shib OGs that were there at the beginning of Shib. And they always say that Roar feels like early Shib, which, I mean, if you believe them, that's kind of a bullish sentiment itself. So this is really, but what is cool about Shibarium is that Roaring Kitty put an app in for a bridge over to Shibarium, and Satoshi Kusama, who is the lead dev for Shib. As you can see here, this was, is there a date on here? November 17th. Roaring Kitty X account. Hey Satoshi Kusama, you've said you see everything. Let's test that. You have 5 hours to answer this without using Google. What's the name of Vegeta's dad? You are on the clock. And then Satoshi Kusama, the man, the myth, the legend himself, replied, "Don't pester me with such stupidity. Vegeta is and always will be dad." Oh, I guess he didn't say, well, and will always. I just switched this. I'm sorry. Test succeeded. Glad you guys got your app in. Like, I like this. This is what matters. Glad you guys got your app in. I'm sorry if I said this name wrong. I've never seen Dragon Ball Z, but Satoshi Kusama is a big Dragon Ball Z fan, I guess. But the fact that he saw Roaring Kitty put their app in for a Shibarium bridge, and he reached out to the X account saying, "Glad you guys got your app." And to me, that is just super bullish. Satoshi Kusama is super influential. I mean, if we get onto Shibarium, Satoshi Kusama tweets about us, that's just going to bring a lot of eyes onto Roar, a lot of people into the project, which, you know, if you're in to Roar before Shibarium, that will be, that could be very beneficial for you. I also want to just mention the community. Let's see. Oh, I don't have Roar being pulled up here. So, Roaring Kitty, they've been selling NFTs to raise funds to buy bone for liquidity on Shibarium. And as of yesterday, we have over 14,000 bone for liquidity on Shibarium that the community is holding. So this is really super great. If this project gets on Shibarium, you know, this is going to be absolutely awesome. So, yeah. So Bone, what is, just one more thing about Bone. Like, Bone's currently at 43 cents. A lot of people think that Bone is undervalued because Shibarium isn't really seeing a lot of activity. But, you know, once they release Treat and things start rolling on Shibarium, people start coming on chain, people are going to start using Bone more, and Bone is going to be a lot higher than 43 cents. So if you think about how the value of a token is actually tied to the LP, so like Roaring Kitty on Ethereum, our LP is an ETH. So without buys and sells, if ETH rises in price from like $2,000 to $3,000, Roaring Kitty will also rise in price because the liquidity pool in ETH rose in price. Same thing for Bone. We get a Bone of LP at like 43 cents. Bone goes to $10. Roaring Kitty gets a nice little bump in price just from the LP rising. So that is super, super awesome. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to touch on for Shibarium. So lastly, looks like I'm at 14 minutes. I want to talk about Mint Club. So for those of you that don't know, Mint Club it's kind of like Pump Fund, and I'm not too familiar with Pump Fund, but you can actually take tokens and you can create your own token on Mint Club, but you pair it with another token for liquidity. So Roaring Kitty, as you can see here, is an option for you to use for a liquidity pairing. So, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's click that. So Roaring Kitty, all these tokens, these these Roar-backed child tokens have been created using Roar as a liquidity pairing. And as Roar does better, like how I talked about the price of ETH going up directly impacting the price of Roar, well, if the price of Roar goes up, it's going to directly impact the price of all of these child tokens. And there's one of the community members, he's a real big YouTuber. He made a video talking about this one in particular, GameStop on Mint Club. So this was created by the community. It has a buy and sell tax, so that when people buy it and sell it, a small percent actually goes to the marketing wallet to help fund exchange listings and different things. But when he did the math, I think it was at 4 zeros and a 3, where if you were to put $50 in and Roar went to $1 billion market cap, you'd make like $50,000 because it would be 100x. The point I want to make here, I'll leave his name in the description. His name is Random Arts. Really, really great YouTube channel. If you've never heard of him, I really recommend that you check him out, especially if you want to learn more about Roar. He posts about Roar frequently. But all these child tokens, like if you believe Roar is going to go to $1 billion market cap, or even like a $500 million market cap, $400 million market cap, these child tokens are going to just absolutely rip. And all of these child tokens are just because of the increase in Roar alone, the increase you get in price of these tokens is going to be massive. So there are lots of gains to be made on Mint Club buying these Roar-backed tokens. And when you buy these Roar-backed tokens, like I'll just go to GameStop, you just, I don't have a wallet connected, but you just pretty much just swap your Roar for the token. And it's pretty simple and straightforward to use. This is actually really cool. I think this is so awesome. I never knew stuff like this actually existed until it came out. So this is awesome, and that the community actually made a token here to help support the marketing wallet. I mean, that's really awesome. I'm sure there might be more tokens that help support the marketing wallet, but this is the one I know about, GME. If there's a Roar community member watching this video, if you want to leave in the comments other Mint Club tokens that help support the Roar marketing wallet, that would be cool. I apologize, I didn't do my research. I'm just now thinking of that. There might be more than one, but I know this one does for sure. I have a holding in this. I should probably post my holdings in GME on Mint Club. I typically post my holdings on TikTok. I'll probably start doing that on YouTube too. But yeah, Mint Club. Also, one more thing, Mint Club, the X account for Mint Club has over 70,000 followers. Yeah, 77,000 followers, and they are posting about Roar like semi-frequently. I mean, there's Roar right there. Mint Club retweeted Roar right there. Like, so Mint Club, I think Mint Club believes in the project, which is why Mint Club is, talking about Roar. There's another one, Roar right there. So this is super bullish for the project. If this platform has adopted Roar and is putting Roar out there for people to use because they want people to use Roar, it's really good for someone who is in Roar because, when you pair Roar with these child tokens, it takes it out of the supply for the market, and that's really, really good. So this is about, I think I covered about everything I wanted to talk about, and it looks like I'm just under 20 minutes, so I'm just going to end this video here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to officially call this YouTube channel. We will figure that out as time goes on. If you watch this video all the way through, if you got any recommendations for a channel name, I mean, that would be cool. If you want to just leave a comment, if you liked it, if you have any questions. Also, if you're a Roar community member and maybe I was inaccurate on something that I said, or I missed something that was very important, if you want to leave that in the comment section, that would be cool too. But yeah, Roaring Kitty, this is a great project. I am so happy that this project exists. It's been super exciting to see things develop here with this project, and I'm super excited for the future because I believe Roar is going to shoot the moon, literally. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very good day. I guess it's January 1st. It'll be loaded up January 1st, so Happy New Year. Let's have a great 2025, Roar fam. If you're in Roaring Kitty, you're part of the Telegram, you're part of the community. We are just going to have a great 2025. We all know it. If you are not part of the Roaring Kitty community and you want to join, you want to have a great 2025 with us, do your own research. I'm not telling you to buy Roar, but you can if you want. You can have a great time with us. We'd love to have you. So, yeah. I'll end this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.